Hello again, sports fans. Welcome to the chat. As you can see, I am solo. Corey is on assignment, working at the Dobbin House, working on some videography, getting ready for some big doings at the Dobbin House coming up in the very near future. Anyway, my name is Jeff Cook, and this is Sports Chat, 717-334-3000. Trivia to follow at 7 p.m. Sean Garrett is standing by to take your call, talking all things sports, NFL, college, college football. There's a guy, I think his last name is Wright, and he was in an NFL camp for a month, let's say. He got cut, and now LSU wants to pay him millions of dollars to play college football after he's already been coached as a pro, played with pros. Now, in the Jim Thorpe days, he played for a semi-pro baseball team, made a couple bucks, and they took away his gold medals. This concept of the amateur athlete was sacrosanct. Now it's a joke. It's the best team money can buy. And LSU, they got the coach. Poached them from Ole Miss right before the playoffs, and to Ole Miss's credit, they almost pulled it off. Well, now Ole Miss has their own quarterback who he's getting a sixth year, I think. Somehow there's a red shirt in there, whatever. Chambliss is his name, perhaps. So, yeah, you wonder about the purity of the game. It's laughable to call it an amateur sport because they're not amateur. And since the name, image, likeness case went through, I don't know what court level it was. I don't know if it's law. I suppose it is law now that you can't use someone's name, image, or likeness unless you pay them. So is playing football on TV, is that, I guess that is your likeness because you'd be on TV. Your name, they use your name, but the image, that's you out there. But now you got to be paid. So what schools can compete with the SEC and the Big Ten? I think they're going to go to, are they going to keep it at 12 teams as they have, or are they going to go to 16? There's no reason not to expand the playoffs because it's not like these guys need to study for finals. Let's be real here. That's not happening. So why shouldn't you open it up to, let's say, 24 teams, whatever even number you want? It was laughable when they had two, and it was totally subjective. Who are the best two teams? Well, we don't really know. We'll find out who are the best two teams between these two teams. And then they went to 4, not really satisfactory. You leave out a school like Alabama or Notre Dame, nobody's happy. Now it's at 12, and I really don't know what the scenario is for this coming season, which incredibly gets underway, I think, this coming Saturday or Sunday night, the weekend before Labor Day. Well, this is the weekend before Labor Day weekend. And we'll see. I think there's a game from Ireland, TCU, and I don't know who's in it. I don't really care. But let's not kid ourselves. It's not an amateur sport. Okay, I will move on that subject, maybe circle around and touch on it later. This is week number 946 of Sports Chat. So it's more than Leave It to Beaver, more than MASH, more than the Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and you name it. I mean, we've had a long run. So Corey, we're missing Corey Smith tonight. Usually he's riding shotgun, and he is on, like I said, he's on assignment at the Dobbin House, so he'll be back. But he did leave his notes, so he will leave a definite impression here. He likes to be positive, but let's go negative first. The hottest seat in sports. Oh.
Sorry, I just got a call from Mark. I have to run something up to him real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to leave you on a watch.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you. Well, I have total control now of the airwaves. I laugh maniacally. Sean has to go help out Mark Whaley on some troubleshooting. So it's going to be a wide pan. You don't need to zoom in on me anyway. That would be a mistake. But getting back to the task at hand. Shining star. Well, no, I said I was going to start with the hot seat. Hot seat. Well, Corey says the Mariners in the last week lost games by 17-plus runs. Bryce Miller was the starting pitcher in both games and became the fourth pitcher to do that. One of the others to do it in 1890, George Van Houren of the Brooklyn Wonders, W-O-N-D-E-R-S. Well, ironically, the Mariners broke the Phillies' 9-game winning streak. The Dumper had 3 home runs, two against Zach Wheeler and another against one of the relief guys. So Sugar, I think, who is known to give up home runs. Anyway, so that's Corey Smith's hot seat. I'm going with a name I already mentioned, Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler has been an ace. He's almost untouchable the whole first half of the season. Was 10-1 or something at the All-Star break with a minuscule ERA. Got snubbed by the All-Star game. Then they said, "Oh, well, you can be a." Some of the guys can't play. Well, you'll be you can take their spot on the roster. He said, "No thanks." I don't blame him. He felt his feelings were hurt. Well, the second half, he hasn't been the same, and there's no comparison. His ERA in the second half is over 5, might be more over 6 now because he gave up 7 earned runs last night. I think it was 7 earned runs, including 3 different homers, 2 to the Dumper and 1 to Jose Ramirez. So, or Julio Rodriguez or Ramirez, I don't know. Anyway, I think it's Julio Rodriguez is the guy for the Mariners. So moving on to the positive, shining star. He goes to the Little League World Series. Team Alabama trailing by 5 to Team Pennsylvania after the second inning. They tied up the game, scoring 5 runs in the third. The game went into extras where Brooks Cameron got the walk-off single up the middle. Alabama now faces Northwest Region champs from Washington. Okay, so I have watched the Little League World Series over the years, some games more often than not. Lately, not so much. Yeah, I had thought it was already over. I told somebody, "Oh, I think that's over." And I know they go a long way, and most of these schools are already back in session. Maybe, I don't know if in the South it's not as early. Sometimes it's built around, the schedule's built around agricultural needs in the workforce. But anyway, so Team Alabama, Team Washington. So it sounds like they're building up to the U.S. champ who always plays the overseas champ. Could be Taiwan. I think Curacao won it one year. So there's a small island nation that is able to do great things. Eddie Albies is he is from Curacao, and he's one of the Braves' best players. We'll see how they hold up. Right now, a 3.5-game lead over the Phillies. They play each other 7 times. The Braves have the Dodgers coming to town for a 3-game series, a crucial series for the Braves. If they get swept and the Phillies win a few games, their league is dwindling away, and they're going to start to feel the pressure. That lump in the throat starts to form. So anyway, my shining star, Zach Wheeler, walked 5. I mean, I'm still in he's in the hot seat. He walked 5 guys and gave up 7 runs. So that's uncharacteristic of him. He almost never walks anybody. So his command is down, and you have to wonder if physically if there's an issue with Zach Wheeler. I don't know. I'm sure the team brass is concerned as well. So hopefully sometimes the hot seat turns things around. I doubt it. I doubt Zach Wheeler's watching right now, but he'll be back. He's a pivot, he's a crucial part of that Phillies rotation. Suddenly Aaron Nola is looking pretty good. I hate to jinx him, but he's going tonight against the Mariners again. The Phillies, maybe a little jet lag. They played Sunday afternoon, and then they had to fly all the way to Seattle and play the next day. That's got to be tough. But at least they had a pleasant plane ride, because that leads me to my shining star. The Phillies, I'm a very faithful Phillies fan. I watch them religiously, and sometimes my language during the game is not appropriate for younger audiences. And Sunday was one of those days where the Phillies, maddening sometimes, they chase pitches that you couldn't hit them with a 10-foot pole, and then they'll let other pitches right down Broadway go by. So, you know, their pitch selection has been a lot better, and they apparently had a hitters meeting where they talked about it. Okay, how many guys strike out 2 or 3 times a game? And, you know, half the team raises its hand. I'm making this all up. But they got to talking about how when you swing at pitches that are that far outside, whether it's a fastball, a breaking ball, or whatever, you can't hit it. So you have to learn how to have that discipline and not swing at a pitch that you can't hit. It's not one thing to be able to go the other way with it, but pitchers have such pinpoint control. If it's down and away and out of the strike zone, you got to let it go by. I mean, Ted Williams, one of the greatest hitters of all time, who had, 4, 5, 6 years of military service. He was a fighter pilot in World War II and in the Korean War. But anyway, instant Hall of Famer, the last guy to bat 400, had I don't know if he had 500 home runs, but he had a slew of them. And what he was known for more than anything was his eye at the plate. He knew what was a ball and what was going to be a strike. I guess you could see the spin, the way the laces. I mean, you have to have pretty good eyesight to focus on a baseball that's probably this big around. Softball is larger. The women play that. But as Ted Williams himself is believed to have said, hitting a baseball is the single most difficult task in all of sports, because you have a barrel of the bat, which is 4 inches wide at the most, and then you have a ball that's a little less than that, and you try to square it up, and if you don't make great contact, it's going to be a ground ball or a pop-up, whatever. So, I mean, that's why it's interesting. Now, if you bat 275, you could be in contention for a batting title. I'm exaggerating, because Luis Arraez, a guy the Phillies picked up at the trade deadline and has really sparked them, I forget what I was going to say about Arraez, but anyway, it reminds me to get back to Kyle Schwarber, because the Phillies had the most improbable rally. I started talking about on Sunday. It was this past Sunday, 2 days ago. They were terrible, doing exactly what I talked about, swinging the pitches out of the strike zone, taking balls right down Main Street. And it was maddening. It was irritating. And I can't answer the phone. So if you're watching the show, don't give up. The phone's ringing, but Sean's not here. He had to leave, so I'm not being insensitive. So anyway, Phillies, Harper leads off the inning with a double. He's been playing really well. He has a 27-game on-base streak. He walks a lot. He's leading Major League Baseball in walks since the All-Star break, etc. Anyway, he doubles. 2 guys are out. I forget who it was. I think it was Bryson Stott maybe got a hit, or and then no, it was JT Realmuto got a hit, and then Justin Crawford walked. So they had bases loaded. They're down 4-0. They were doing nothing the whole game. They had 4 hits going into the 9th inning. Every time they had somebody on, they grounded out weakly to second base, whatever. It was a game that you figure that according to the odds makers, it was a 99% chance of defeat. All right, so JT, he's down to his last strike. He fouls a couple balls off. He has a hit. So Harper goes to third. Then Justin Crawford gets the walk, bases loaded. 2 outs. Edmundo Sosa, former Cardinal, same deal. 2 strikes in the count, fouls off, I don't know, 3 or 4 pitches. Finally, he gets a ball. He doesn't hit it that hard, but it's placed perfectly right down the third base line. The third baseman was playing him to pull. He couldn't get to it. It goes all the way down along the left field wall, bounces around. The left fielder tries to dig it out. And so all 3 guys circle the bases. Justin Crawford, a lot of speed. He's right behind Real Muto. So all of a sudden it's 4-3 with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. And now Sosa's on second. He had a double. And then Brian De La Cruz, he comes to the plate. He's been with the Marlins. He looks like a major league hitter. And he's batting .380 or something for the Phillies. He's been really good for them. When they brought him up, you were thinking, oh boy, we've seen a couple guys that just weren't ready to go yet. I forgot their names already. But this guy, De La Cruz, he's got some credentials in the big leagues. He probably tormented the Phillies when he was on the Fish. But he bounces a single through the infield on the left side of the infield between short and third, and Sosa comes home. Now the game's tied. And now they turn the lineup over, and there's Kyle Schwarber waiting. On any other team, he'd probably be batting 3, 4, 5. On the Phillies, he's a leadoff hitter. He leads the major leagues in home runs. He hit number 38 in a 10-3 Phillies win when the Cardinals bullpen was reduced to having a position player pitch, and he just lobbed the ball in, and Schwarber hit a missile into the right field stands for his 38th. So now the table's set. He has 2 strikes also. And so, De La Cruz had 2 strikes. So 4 different times, Phillies are down to their last swing. And he hits a ball so hard, it goes to dead center field and bounces off the batter's eye, which is a structure with no signs or windows, a wall designed to be a good hitting backdrop for batters. And anyway, it was estimated at 459 feet. So for that, he is a shining star, Kyle Schwarber. All right. And, hot seat. I'm going to put NCAA football for this eligibility issues. It's just, I know it's not just me. I'm sure there are a lot of fans that are not happy with this whole scenario. So, anyway. And, some of the younger people will probably say, hey, get over yourself, boomer, or something like that. All right. Let's see what Corey has here. We covered Shining Star, Hot Seat. I know inquiring minds want to know about E.T. Do we have? He doesn't have it on here. All right. Well, I'll come back to Corey's notes. I want to give the current banner sponsors their due. Banner sponsors have creative input to all we do here, including our live programs like Sports Chat and Trivia. So for the sum of $80 a month or $880 a year, 12 months for the price of 11, you too could be a banner sponsor. Give us a call, 717-334-3000 or online communitymedia.net. And you too would be able to join the following list of current banner sponsors: Gettysburg Railway, Adams County Community Foundation, Classic Antique Innovations, Adams County Trout Unlimited, Destination Gettysburg, Exchange Club of Hanover, and the Adams County Sports Hall of Fame. And did I mention Adams County Community Foundation as well? So thank you, one and all, our current banner sponsors. Give us a call at 717-324-3000, or contact us on the internet, communitymedia.net. And you can also access our games of the week. We are going to have at least 10 games of the week where we will, Corey will be the cameraman and the tech savvy leader, and I will be doing the play-by-play for my 38th year here at Community Media. Started with one of those box VHS cameras, talked right into the built-in mic, showed it on a 72-hour delay on Monday night, the perfect prelude to Al Franken Dan. If you've been watching Monday Night Football long enough, you remember that team. I guess it was after Howard Cosell, who was on there at one point in time. Anyway, let me get back to Corey and his MLB notes. Oh, here we go. ET 102 is built into the report, so I have that marked for posterity. Camilo Doval, his first career ejection after an ABS overturns call in his favor. What? So I guess he was so upset that he had to tap his helmet for the ABS review that he must have said something to the ump, like, I told you so, and maybe a not so nice a way, and he got tossed. So, good one, Corey. It's good to know that. Houston parts ways with GM Dana Brown while still in the playoff picture. Currently half game back, but Houston has dropped 6 of the last 8 games. So you can the GM, I guess because the roster that he assembled is not winning. But that's an unusual move at this point in the season. Yeah, that division is so mediocre. You have Texas Rangers, a half game over Houston, and then Seattle's they're down this year, but who knows? And that leads to Corey's next point. Who will win the AOS? Will it be over 81 wins, which would be a winning season? Anything less would be 50-50 or a losing season. According to Corey, Seattle has the easiest schedule with only playing 6 games and an opponent 500 record, Philadelphia and Boston. If Raleigh keeps hitting, could he push the M's? Need? I don't know what that means. Anyway, Texas 66-66 record. It owns the tiebreaker over Seattle and Houston. Wow. Houston will be starting 13 games without a day off, facing New York Yankees, New York Mets, Chicago White Sox, and Arizona. The Snakes are still in it. How about Cattell, or for hottest seat in sports, you got to go with Martel. I can't think of his name, but Marte. He's the second baseman for Arizona, and he's been an all-star, and they were playing Boston, and he just didn't show up for a game. So Cottrell, Marte, maybe. That's the best I could do for now. So a no-show with those guys getting millions of dollars, some of them approaching $500,000 a game or more. You can't just not show up. So that's got to be a distraction for Arizona as they try to stay in the wild card picture. Right now, I think they are the 3rd wild card, but they have a few other teams that are right on their heels. So that's the beauty of the wild card. Both leagues have multiple teams still in it for postseason consideration, still with about 30 games, 29 games, depending on which team. So there's 1 month left in the season. This is the big push. All right. Cleveland, let's go to the AL Central. Cleveland on a 5-game winning streak, now only 2.5 games back. They're now at 500, have a very favorable September schedule compared to the Chicago White Sox. And that's a couple years ago, that was Cleveland won 21 in a row or something like that. So they have a history of getting hot. We'll see. We'll see what happens. MLB announced that 2027 Williamsport game will be played on Thursday instead of Sunday. It'll be Toronto versus Chicago Cubs. Phillies winning streak ends at 9, could overtake Atlanta. Yeah, I mentioned they're only 3.5 games out. They have 7 games against each other. So don't rule out the Phillies winning the NL East. They won it last year, I think the last 2 years. So, well, that's what Corey's point was, 3.5 games behind. They still have 7 games remaining, 4 of which are in Philly. The wild card picture, all the teams outside the picture have gone 5-5 in the last 10 games. Arizona, Miami, St. Louis. That's because Arizona's not the third wild card team right now. The Padres are, and I think they're 2 games behind the Phillies and have a 2-game lead on the Diamondbacks. That's exactly what Corey just said. Padres have a 2-game cushion over the D-backs. NFL, Cleveland announced that their Week 1 starting quarterback will be Deshaun Watson. Hasn't started since tearing his Achilles tendon in October of 2024. And they paid him how many million? Sean Garrett has returned. The phone rang, Sean. I couldn't answer it. So I'm hoping that the person calls back. So we have someone here to take your call. Not just someone. We have Sean Garrett to take your call. All right. So this is an intriguing story. Shedeur Sanders, primetime son, started at quarterback a couple years at Colorado. Then he didn't get picked till the 5th round. So people were saying, what's wrong with the guy? And he got, I'd say he probably had 4 or 5, maybe 6 starts at the end of last year. He had some good games, some bad games. And Watson, I'm not sure he outplayed Sanders. Maybe they saw something in practice. But he was paid so many $1 million, and of course he had the big scandal where people had a massage therapists where he was assaulting them and having inappropriate touching, etc. That was the allegation. So when he did tear his Achilles tendon on October 24th, the Browns fans booed him, their own guy, with obviously a potentially career-ending injury. So Deshaun Watson is a human being. He didn't appreciate that. So, he'd like nothing better than to have success with the Browns and say, now you want to be my fan? I don't think so. But that's a heck of a way to play. I guess it gives you a chip on your shoulder, but I don't think it's healthy. So that's a difficult situation. We'll see how the Browns do. I mean, Jonathan DiCarlo, my son-in-law, is a big Browns fan, so I don't know. He might have something to say about that. But is this the right call for the Browns rather than going with second-year quarterback Sanders? That's Corey talking now. The teams acquired wide receiver Kayshon Boutte from the Patriots. This gives Houston depth at wide receiver with Jaden Higgins done for the season, torn ACL. Takeaways from week number 2 of the preseason. Bo Nix looks healthy. He's on the Denver Broncos, by the way. From out of the pocket in his 2 drives against Green Bay. Las Vegas running back Ashton Jonty looks to avoid a serious injury during practice with a right sprained ankle. Could be out in week 1. Philadelphia, the battle for the backup role to Hurts. McKee went 16 for 22 for 173 yards. Andy Dalton is the other quarterback in the Eagles camp. He's been a starting quarterback in the league. He's had some good years. He's got an intriguing skill set. And maybe he's a piece that if they decide to stay with Tanner McKee, maybe they could get something in return for Andy Dalton. I mean, serviceable quarterbacks in the NFL, it's not like they fall out of the sky or grow on trees. There's a limited supply. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for the Eagles. All right, so I covered all of Corey's points. I saw that Danny Dietrich won big at Williams Grove over the weekend. I thought maybe that was Robert calling in, and I was going to preempt him. A lot of the same names. I studied the standings, but I admit I didn't write anything down. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get any calls or not. Food for thought, though, this whole, how does this get resolved? College football, are the courts going to get involved? Will Congress get involved? I mean, should sports be legislated by our Congress, who can't seem to do anything? And now, I mean, I don't know how you can expect them to correct this situation. And the courts get involved when people file for injunctive relief, and they ask that, no, you can't prevent him from playing because that would interfere with his livelihood, so you have to allow him to play. That's where you seek injunctive relief. And the phone is ringing, so maybe I have about 10 minutes to go. Maybe we can have some intriguing conversation with a caller. And then trivia comes up at 7, so you don't want to miss that. It's the greatest minds in the universe doing some serious battle. All right, let's go right to the phone line. Welcome to Sports Chat. Hello. Robert? Hey, I just mentioned you. Well, I didn't Danny Dietrich win big at Williams Grove over the weekend?
He did.
So I thought of you, and I meant to write down the results, but what was that? They had a name to it, the event. What was it called?
I forget what it was too now.
Okay, all right, but it wasn't the Outlaws, but it was some kind of a regular event, maybe an annual race. Anyway, so Danny Dietrich won, and I recognize a lot of the other names thanks to you, but do you remember who else was in that field? Did you get that info?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, you want to talk Broncos? Corey's not here. He had a note about Bo Nix looking good. So you still feel good about the Broncos?
I still feel good about him.
Okay. I don't know I don't look at schedules. I couldn't tell you who they play. What do you think of this college football where this guy can go and be a pro, get cut, and then go back to college? LSU wants to hire this guy. I mean, are these amateur? They're obviously not amateur athletes anymore. What do you think about where's college football headed? Do you care?
I don't care about him.
You don't care?
Maybe Carl would, though.
Carl, yeah, well, I know he seems like he has more allegiance to Louisville right now than Penn State. Penn State must be jealous.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think they were picked 18th or between 18th and 20th, and Louisville, I know they got a talented running back, so we'll see. And I'm pretty sure Carl will keep us informed. So Corey's he's doing something in Gettysburg at the Dobbin House tonight, so that's why he's not here. He's being productive, helping the cause for community media. So what else?
Are you ready, sir? Are you ready?
Excuse me?
Are you ready? Top 5.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You ready to remember? Number 5. Number 1, number 5.
Okay, Raymer?
That's number 5.
Okay,
Number 4, Winning Louise.
okay.
Number 2, Chase Beat.
Chase Dietz, see, I know these names now. And,
Number 1 is Troy Waldman.
Troy Wagaman? I thought Danny Dietrich won it. Well, maybe you're saying this is Williams Grove. Maybe Danny Dietrich was somewhere else.
I'm arguing suspense.
Well, what about number 3?
Number 3, your very own Danny Dietrich. Number 3.
Okay. All right, good stuff. So, go ahead.
And my heart goes out to
Yeah, I didn't talk about that. Dolly Parton left us at age 80. Very involved with library and library support. Had a program where children would get books on their birthday every year, a different book. So a lot of libraries around the country really bought into that, and she will be missed for sure. I said to Goldenville Gal, I said, Dixie Stampede will have all the flags at half-staff for sure for quite a while, I imagine.
So, Mr. Cook, you want to go away? Do you want to go away this week? I'm heading towards Atlantic City on Thursday.
You are?
Yeah, I'm going to Atlantic City.
Okay. Well, don't gamble your life savings unless you're going to win.
I'll make sure I bring a present back.
All right. Well, use a little restraint. Have a good time, but
I'll bring you back $1 million.
well, yeah. If you win $1 billion, you could probably skim off $1 million for me. How's that?
There you go, that's what I do.
All right. That's friendship. I can be bought for $1 million.
I'm just over here with the big deal, and the small deal.
All right. Well, what else you got? Astros, they fired their general manager. Did you know that?
Don't know that.
Well, they fired their GM. According to Corey, just checked the standings. They are half game behind Texas, so they're one game under 500. That division, you might have somebody who wins it with a losing record.
Hey, Mr. Cook,
Yes, sir.
did you write down what I told you last week?
Let's see. Did I write down what you said? Robert's picks. Well, yeah, we resolved for who would win the divisions, the order of finish in the divisions.
Yep. And I'm staying with it.
Well, interesting. Corey had Cal Raleigh on the hot seat a week ago, and he had 3 homers against the Phillies last night. So he's one who responded. He also had Jaden Daniels on there, I guess because of his whole number controversy. Jaden Daniels thought nobody else should wear number 5. Well, Joe DiMaggio might feel the same way about Jaden Daniels wearing number 5, but hey, the world, we have more important issues than what number you wear on your back.
Definitely.
Well, this is week number 946 of the program, so, that's almost 10 years worth of shows. So, Robert, you've been with us a long time. I just want to thank you for your viewership and your participation.
Can we hear from Carl next?
Hear from who?
Carl. I want to hear from him next.
Okay, Carl, well, if you're listening, you got 5 minutes. Sean had to run out, so the phone rang earlier. Was that you? Did you try earlier?
I did.
Okay, there was nobody to answer it, so we weren't ghosting you or anything. We weren't gaslighting you, okay? All right, well, why don't you, we'll give Carl a shout, see if he's watching, and we'll talk to you soon, all right? I won't be here next week, but Corey should be here and a cast of thousands, so I'll talk to you soon, okay? Are you playing trivia? Oh, he's gone. Okay. Well, Carl, there's your opening. I just heard a train. Well, I want to thank all our viewers for tuning in. And like I said, trivia starts in about 15 minutes or so. So get some snacks ready. Get ready to do battle with the greatest minds in the universe. Special thanks again to Corey Smith for his input always and his co-hosting. And thanks again for our banner sponsors, Adams County Community Foundation, Gettysburg Railway, Adams County Sports Hall of Fame, Exchange Club of Hanover, Adams County Trout Unlimited, Destination Gettysburg, and Classic Antique Innovations. And Exchange Club of Hanover. I saw my good friend George Hubbard on our station a few weeks ago. I've known George. I was a member of the Exchange Club of Gettysburg, served as his president for several years, and got to know George. He's a great exchangeite, and they do so many good things. The Night of Magic, their fabulous Field of Flags. So great job at Exchange Club of Hanover. And they usually watch community media on Channel 240. A lot of our viewers watch on Channel 12, including at my house. But 240 is the Hanover area. So check it out. Don't forget, September 4th is opening night. It'll be Hershey at Gettysburg. We have a lot of Gettysburg Warrior games, a lot of New Oxford Colonial games. We're going to do a bonus coverage on this Friday night. I'll be out of town, but Corey's just gotten a crew together, and they won't have ads or anything like that, but they're going to do the Gettysburg at New Oxford game. So that'll be Friday at 7 on the cable dial. You can also get our programming on YouTube, Facebook, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. So when you stream, it's all in scintillating HD. Anyway, enough blather for one night. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Enjoy the wide world of sports in the week ahead, and I'll see you in 2 weeks, a fortnight. Until then, good night. Mahalo. And thanks to Sean Garrett for leaving me in charge here, even if it was only for a minute or two. And for all you do, Sean, appreciate you. Thank you. Good night.
This program is made possible by these municipalities through a portion of their cable franchise fees. Thank you to our amazing sponsors. We would also like to thank all of our Patreon members. Community Media, celebrating who we are and what we do as a community. And be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you.